Hey, okay, so I'm in a different setup today, only because I needed a breather, so I came outside. And as you can see from the title, yes, COVID has hit our household. I had a conversation, or actually, I spoke to somebody through Messenger, and they're unvaccinated, and they were explaining their reasons behind why they didn't feel they needed to be vaccinated. Now, as you guys know, because I clearly put out here, my daughter and I have both been vaccinated, and we've been vaccinated, fully vaccinated since May, and my daughter since June. And here it is, August, and COVID has hit our household. Going back to that conversation that I had, I was very upset and I was very disturbed because this person had COVID, and once you have COVID, you can be asymptomatic and walk around and pass it to other people and not even know that you're passing it on to other people. But in my mind, it seemed to me as if they could care less, and they had every excuse in the world as to not get vaccinated. Right now, and after I had this conversation, not even a week ago, my daughter has tested positive for COVID. She's very sick, but I know that she won't die, so that brings solace to me and the family that her symptoms will not get worse. Now, all the symptoms that you see out there, she definitely had those. Today is day number 4. I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that I stay safe. She is in total isolation in her room, and she only has access to her bathroom. She has to have a mask on if she comes out of her room to use the bathroom and her own shower. I guess it hardens my heart because the reason why my child got sick is because of an unvaccinated person. I don't know why some of these people out here seem to think that, COVID is a hoax. It's something that the government put in the air. Everybody's getting sick from it and they want to get a kickback. And it irritates my entire soul to know that people are so freaking ignorant. Yeah, I said it. And if you don't like what I'm saying because you're unvaccinated and don't believe what I'm saying, now's the time to click off of this video, because you aren't the only one, or not only, you are not the one that has to deal with a sick child. I don't like seeing my daughter like this, and there's nothing that I can do to make her feel any better. Nothing. As a parent, do you know how hard that is? It's very hard. It's very hard. And then on top of all of it, I may catch it myself. If it looks like I'm angry right now, yeah, I am. I try my best to be positive in every negative situation. And the only positive that I can get out of the situation is knowing that my daughter's not going to die. The frustration and the way that I feel at this moment, especially when I go back to that same text that I got through Messenger from this unvaccinated person who could care less. And it's crazy because if that unvaccinated person, walks around, thinks, it's just whatever, I'll just live my life accordingly and contaminate everybody else that hasn't had the vaccine or that has had the vaccine because they just are careless and they don't. I'm trying to gather my thoughts because I'm really not trying to go to hell at this point, but I'm this close from jumping off of the edge right now and coming straight at that person because I know you're probably going to watch this video. Please rest assured and know how upset I am that you would even part your lips to say something ignorant the way that you presented it to me. I wish you were here having to mask up and spraying lice all over the house, closing doors to make sure that what she has does not come to me. I wish you were here to see that. How I have to put food on my daughter's tray, sit it in front of her door. I knock on her door so she knows that Something is there for her, her food, her snacks, something to drink. She cannot open that door until about 10 seconds. She has to count to 10 and then open the door with a mask on, because that gives me enough time to get away from that door so I don't catch it. Again, am I upset? Yeah, I am. And the only way that I can even communicate with her is through FaceTime. FaceTime and text messages. And we live in the same house. But I'm doing this again to safeguard myself so I won't get sick. Now, today is day number 4. And thank God I don't have any symptoms of anything. But that doesn't mean anything, because I could be positive with COVID too, even though I feel good. And then to make matters worse with all this, I had to notify people that we were around. This past Friday, I went out to have dinner. Saturday, my daughter and I went out with another person. On Sunday, we had a guest come to our house. That is another person. Now, all these people that we're around have been fully vaccinated. But guess what? Because they've been around my daughter, they've been around me, which right now, like I said, I may have COVID and I don't even know this. I had to go and notify them too. Hey, guess what? You might want to monitor any symptoms that you might have, because I or my daughter may have given you COVID. That hurts my heart. And then to make matters even worse than that, for all the people that have lost somebody from COVID, gosh, my heart goes out to them. All these people walking around thinking, oh, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Life is something that you don't even take for granted. This vaccine is free. Okay, you don't want to take Moderna. There's Pfizer. Okay, you don't want to take Pfizer. There's Johnson & Johnson. Do your research. Be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. All those people that have lost a loved one from COVID, they can't bring these people back. Think of how their life is right now with their loved one gone. And they got this from unvaccinated people. Wise up. My goodness, do your homework, do your research on this. All of us have had so many vaccines pumped into our bodies since we were infants. But I hear the nonsense. Oh, well, the vaccine came out too fast. And, oh, what if I grow an extra toe? Or what if I grow an extra nose? Guess what? How many millions of people have had the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, already? And if something major was going to happen to them, we would have already found out. Now, yes, there are incidents where people can't get the vaccine because they have some kind of allergic reaction to needles or injections or whatever that it is. I understand those people. I really do. And I really hope that they make the right decision that works for them so they don't become sick. I'm trying my best to gather all of my thoughts. My intentions are not to be mean, to demean somebody, or anything like that. I try my best, like I said earlier, to be a positive person. But people, go out here and do your research. Protect your loved ones. Protect your families. And if you don't care about your family or your loved ones, protect your neighbors. Protect the next person that you see walking down the street, in the grocery store, I don't know, at a restaurant, wherever. I'm so done with negative people. I really am. Again, you don't live in this house. You're not having to experience what I'm experiencing. You don't have to go to bed at night wondering if you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and have a bed full of diarrhea, or I can't breathe, or I have a fever and I'm sitting here sweating and I'm laying in a pool of sweat because now I have the virus. Oh, and the body aches. From what I understand, they're horrible. You don't have to go to sleep wondering if, guess what, the next day is going to be you. I still have to go take this COVID test, my second one, because last week I thought I had it. Thank goodness that was negative. And I'm hoping when I take this next test that it'll be negative. My mother always told me, if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything else at all. And right now, I don't have anything nice to say because I'm going through so much right now. And I'm trying my best to hold it together. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. So go do your research. You don't have to believe anything that I'm saying. You don't have to believe anybody whose family member has died from COVID. Do your research. I just hope and I pray that COVID does not reach your family, your friends, or your loved ones.